guys that are making really good money online, e-com, you guys are definitely making a solid living on the internet. But it's super easy to use that as a shield to hide from physical interaction because you've developed this self-conception and you have a self-image. Everything's clicking in your life. You're making money. You can support yourself. You can sustain yourself. You live in a dope city. But at the end of the day, you also have to question, are you fucking hiding? Are you hiding from the world? Are you protecting your self-image? Because I see guys that are making money hand over fist, but they don't have women. They don't have chicks. They don't have power over their domain. People aren't listening to them. They don't have any fucking influence. They're just boarded up and barricaded in their fucking high-rise apartment, stacking cheddar, but they're not really fucking putting themselves out there. They don't put themselves in positions where they could be rejected or put themselves in positions where they could lose control. And you have to do that to build your spirit because you have to put your self-image in question. And every time you are rejected by a woman, by a business proposal, by an opportunity, every time you give yourself the opportunity to be rejected, you are putting your self-image on the line. You're risking the fact that your opinion of yourself could change based on that outcome. And I see a lot of guys are super fucking protective, overprotective of who they think they are. And that's why you won't go after the big fucking pie. That's why you're not going after the bad bitches. That's why you're stuck with the 2s and 3s and 4s, because you know they'll fucking tolerate your bullshit. And you know that you don't really have to be anything impressive to get to the higher stratosphere. So it's extremely fucking crucial that when you are successful and you find your stride, that you are continually challenging yourself and putting yourselves in situations where you lack control. And more importantly, your self-conception is at risk. Because if you can take a loss and you can absorb blows and you can handle rejection and it doesn't fucking permeate into your core and it doesn't make you question who you are, you're unfucking stoppable. And it becomes a high. It becomes a whole new fucking drug. And you unlock a new frontier because you can continue to push and you can continue to put yourselves in positions where you can be rejected and your self-image doesn't get rattled. I think this shit is extremely fucking important. I want to do a little nobody talks about the intangibles. And I think it's extremely destructive because, like I said, it's extremely hard to sell what I'm telling you here. No one can fucking sell you a product if they're telling you that you need to fucking go out there and actually put your balls on the line and actually take a legitimate risk. There's just no money to be made in it. And that's unfortunate because that's where every man that's where the battleground is. The battleground ain't in money. Everybody knows it's easy to make a fucking living in this society. This is the easiest time in the world to keep yourself afloat. But keeping yourself afloat is for cowards. We need to be constantly pushing forward and constantly reanalyzing and taking honest stock and honest assessments with ourselves about how much we're hiding from the world. Hiding is for fucking pussies. Hiding is for little fucking bitches. And a lot of us are in these grooves where we're just using these fucking tools to hide, whether it's the gym, whether it's our online business. We're so fucking careful because we're afraid that if anything goes wrong or we put ourselves out there in a position where we could possibly get our heart broken, that everything's going to fucking fall apart. And it's true. A lot of you will fall apart if you get your heart broken because you've never been in the trenches. You've never rolled up your sleeves and you've never known what it's like to actually have to self-reflect and wonder why it is that you ended up the way you are. Because to me, being a man is all about being well calibrated. And well calibrated to me means that your opinion of yourself is extremely close to the reality. You want your opinion of yourself to be extremely close to the reality. You don't want to fucking barricade yourself and huddle in these fucking self-delusions that you have. So I just want to kind of break some of this shit down. I would love to
pretty much like who they are, who they're going to be, like what's going to happen to them. You know what I'm saying?
100%, because nobody even knows who their fucking neighbor is. Everyone's kind of cocooned in these little fucking communities, but no one really gives a fuck about their neighbor, and no one gives a fuck about the other man. So everyone's kind of isolated, and everyone's extremely self-indulgent and conceited. And I think that, like I said, it's extremely important that we're actually fucking interfacing with the real world. Like the online is dope. Don't get me wrong. I've built a tremendous community online, but I still think it's incredibly important that the real world is never going out of style. Period. The end. Breaking bread with dudes over at steakhouses and signing deals on cocktail napkins, like that shit's not going out of style. And I think a lot of us are fucking, like I said, we're hiding online, and it creates this extremely gay persona. And it what it really does is it destroys self confidence, because a lot of you guys are like secret kings. This segues perfectly into pornography and everything else. It's like when guys watch porn or they fucking are on Instagram looking at hot chicks all day. What the fuck do you think that does to the chimp brain? It fucking signals to yourself that you're incredibly low status. You're watching other men do physically what you wish you could be doing. And it creates this extreme ambience of arrogance, because when you're watching porn and you're watching another guy drill a woman, what you're doing is you're creating this like fake society in your world where you're wanted, where you're desired, and like you're in control of the situation. Ultimately, it's fucking risk free, and that's why it's so fucking gay. You have to put zero investment in. You just want to get your fucking rocks off. And what the fuck do you think that does to your self-image? It creates an extremely distorted persona. Pornography, 100%, is the bane of 2021, because there's dudes who just absolutely refuse to interface with women in the real world, and all they're fucking doing is just scrolling and just looking at beautiful women all day. And that, I think, is the biggest catalyst for self-confidence issues. Because like I said, in your head, in your own mind, you're this fucking warlord who has access to all these fucking photos and images, and you like fantasize about how you're a fucking king, but you're a fucking nobody. And that's extremely hard and painful for guys to accept. So I think you just need to stop fucking, like, literally even browsing Instagram and just looking at hot women all day is incredibly destructive, because you're not going to fucking talk to those chicks. You're never going to meet them in real life. It's not happening. And so I just think it's important that you shut off the fucking internet and get the fuck out there and start interfacing with the real world. That's how you build confidence, and you have to have skin in the game. You have to be willing to risk your heart and your self-image. I'm going to take the next question.